So Subvert is going to be a new platform which is going to be tailored around the cooperative kind of system. That's really their USP, similar to the likes of Bandcamp, but really their own platform, all about artists, for artists, made by artists. So in this video, I thought we'd cover the latest because there's a lot of screenshots that we can now go through, and the platform is going to be launching this fall. So let's get into it. So Subvert is launching this fall. So this is their X feed that I thought we'd just go through because this is a great kind of insight into what they've been building, and members who pay for like $100 membership fee will actually get first access to explore the alpha stage platform later this month. So that's quite exciting. So this is the first screenshot that we have. So they're going to be featuring things like collections, discoverability, which is really important to have your music discovered if you're an artist. You can have multiple artist pages on the same profile, so that's cool if you're like a label or something, or if you have different aliases. You're going to have an upload feature. There's going to be 0% platform fees. There's going to be optional contributions, similar to Bandcamp in terms of pay what you like. Digital downloads, which is going to be great. You can feature tracks. You're going to have sort and filter release options, as well as a member forum, an ownership dashboard, persistent audio player, structured metadata, and also credits. So this is an example of it here. So what we built, so let me just go back and just zoom in to actually see that. So it's going to be on subvert.fm. So you can see where the artist bio goes on the left-hand side. You've got all of the links. You've got the different genres down the bottom. Now, genres really helps with discoverability. So I'm glad that Subvert is using that because I'm a keen user of Bandcamp. I've been using Bandcamp for over 20 years. At least I think it's that long as the platform's been going pretty much. You can see you can add the releases to the carts. And I don't know if you can see that very clearly, but it says member price $8, but digital download $10. So members can actually get a discount, which is pretty cool. Let's have a look at the next screenshot that we've got. Artist onboarding begins this month. Subvert goes live later in October to members, followed soon after public release. So this is actually clicking on the release now, which is in this particular example an album. So you're able to preview tracks. You can add that to the cart. You can add particular tracks from the album to the cart, I think, depending on what options we've got. So first time I'm looking at it as well. You got sign in, create account, share button, cart button, pretty much what you'd expect, which is great. We've also got artist page features. So we've got sort and filter, and we've got a grid and list view featuring a track as well. So these are the various functionality options here. Again, sorting by things like latest, most popular, that could be really cool. Filtering, which is great. I don't know what the filter will actually be, if that will be singles, albums, or whatever. And having the grid view and the list view is great because that's kind of user preference, isn't it? It's looking very good so far. Now, as I've mentioned before, you've got something called Manage Multiple Pages, where you can switch between the artist and label pages that you actually manage just by using the drop-down button and then selecting which profile you actually want. So that's nice functionality. Now, this is quite interesting in terms of the ownership dashboard. So you can track your ownership and monitor Co-op's finances. Now, this gives you a bit more of an insight, which is your private ownership dashboard. Only you can see this information. So it shows you what phase they're currently at, how many days left until the distribution of points. It says, as a member of Subvert Co-op, you co-own this platform with so many other artists, workers, labels, and supporters. Your ownership points measure your patronage of how much you use and contribute to the actual cooperative. This represents your real stake in terms of shared assets, including the platform, brand, and profit sharing. Following cooperative tradition, every member gets one vote. So on the left, you'll have your ownership points, your estimated value of what those points will be worth, and the valuation of the co-op's assets as of that particular time. So that really helps understand, the co-op's finances, but also what worth you've got or stake you've actually got in the platform itself. Now, there's 0% platform fees, but purchasers can actually contribute to the co-op at checkout. So we've got here, you've selected to name your price on one item in this cart. Thank you. So it makes suggestions in terms of revenue percentages for contributions or a customized amount that you can actually go with. I love how clean the interface is actually looking here. It's looking pretty good. And they have obviously been working hard behind the scenes. Curate collections. So this again can help with discoverability. Create named lists of tracks, albums and artists. So for example, I love synth pop, so I'd be doing a synth pop collection and actually having different synth pop tunes on the platform that people can feature just on one click. And it's what I like about this feature is you don't have to go into each release to actually put it to your cart. You can do that with the cart buttons on the right hand side of the screen, and you don't have to go into each release to actually play the tracks either. You can just simply press the play button. Again, that's pretty cool. There's going to be kind of like an editorial collection section as well, where you're going to be able to, a bit like a blog, you're going to be able to add text and images to collections in editorial features. So you can have feature image, you can add the text with those. So for any kind of people that like to do blogs and like to promote music, that can all be done on this platform as well. Again, helping with discoverability. Talking about that, this is going to be the Discover section where you can browse by genre, location, member picks, or search by metadata as well. So you're going to have the search button on the left hand side. This is Discover, where you can look at exclusives, new releases, new artists, new collections, and staff picks as well. Again, this is looking great now that we've actually got some example album artwork here. I like the look of that. That looks great. On mobile, obviously a lot of people like mobile, and one of the pros with Bandcamp is the fact that you own the music that you purchase, and then you get the Bandcamp app, and then you can stream that music from that app or whenever you want. So it says mobile response from launch with a native app to follow. So they're not going to launch the native app straight away, but you are going to be able to use the platform on your mobile, customized with that view. So if you're interested, you can get early access. You can join the co-op today. You can simply find them on X, which can really be pretty cool. It may be worth investing, but that's it. I'm not a financial advisor. It's entirely up to you. But it's early days because this is the alpha stage. Okay, so this is literally just been launched in terms of that. Let me just have a quick look at these just to make sure I've covered everything, which I think I have. It's looking a lot better than what it did previously. And there is if you do join, there is a magazine as well. So I'm just trying to think if they've got a link on here. No, they haven't. Somebody's already mentioning Scam. Charming. So if you go to subvert.fm for anybody that's actually interested, this is about owning and controlling the next Bandcamp platform. Look how many joiners they already have. They've got over 8,000 artists, nearly 1,500 labels, and over 1,000 supporters. You can see that the majority are artists, which I knew that would be the case. If you do become a member, you'll get a physical magazine. But if you want like musicians and labels, it's free, but obviously you don't get the hard copy of the magazine, but you get like that emailed through to your email. So it's just nice to have the option, really. And yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think if you're excited about Subvert, and I'll catch you on the next